Executive, General Counsel, and Secretariat wish you a happy holiday and peaceful and prosperous New Year.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Christmas Eve, Monday, December 24th. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us. Some terrible news for the family of a 64-year-old man tonight. Police say he died today after being involved in a road traffic crash with a minibus in Sands Parish. It happened at around 1 p.m. near Somerset Road and Mangrove Bay and involved a private car. The victim was driving the minibus and was rendered unconscious as a result, with his van rolling into the car. Emergency personnel arrived on the scene and rushed him to hospital. However, he was pronounced dead at 2 p.m. by a hospital doctor. The man was not named, and we send out sympathies to his family. In other news, friends and family of 51-year-old Selena Miners of Cove Valley, St. David's, are today mourning her untimely death. Miss Miners was discovered in an unresponsive state by her cousin at 3:58 Saturday afternoon in her bedroom. Death was later medically certified, and an investigation into her death is underway. A family liaison officer has been appointed to the family, and the Bermuda Police Service would like to extend their sincerest condolences. Meanwhile, the death of Selena Miners has rocked the East End parishes. Minister Levita Fogo knew her well and today paid tribute to her life.
First, let me say that I've watched Selena grow from a young girl all of her life into the fine woman that she became and successful entrepreneur that she was. It's very sad that we have lost someone who gave so much of herself to her community and to St. George's in particular. Selena did, in fact, help me through my campaign, my political campaign. She was always there behind the scenes helping with the food. She helped in special events. Selena will be missed by her family and all of those who know her. St. George's is definitely in mourning. I don't know what else to say other than St. David's, St. George's, the East will miss Selena.
In other news, detectives have arrested a second person in connection to last week's seizure of 3 guns and a large quantity of drugs at Curving Avenue in Pembroke. Police confirm the person arrested is a man. This follows the arrest last week of another man in connection to the investigation. Anyone with any information that can assist police with this investigation should dial the main police number on 295-0011 or call the confidential Crime Stoppers hotline at 800-8477. And the topic of the evening, Hamilton was a beehive of activity today on Christmas Eve. Over the past week, Mike Sharp spoke to MPs about the holiday.
People are making their final preparations for Christmas, and we spoke to some members of Parliament who gave well wishes to the people of Bermuda. First, we'll hear from the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Dennis Lister.
Greetings to everyone in Bermuda. Hope that you have a very pleasant holiday, but always keep the importance of the season in mind. We're here to celebrate the birth of Christ, which is the reason for the season. Take the time to fellowship with your friends and family, and just remember that the importance of the season as we look into the new year. And I wish you well for the new year in 2019, and hope that it's a very prosperous one for you and your family.
Any resolutions?
Resolution? I'm not a fellow that makes resolutions. I just live every day by being able to do the best that I can to help others. And that's a daily resolution if you want to run that. You know, the Lord gives me strength every day to get up out of bed, and my return is to try and help others as I go about my day.
Premier David Burt took out a moment to give this message.
Wish all Bermudians of whatever faith they may have that they enjoy the holiday season. For the most part, Bermuda is a Christian country, and for those persons who are Christians, I wish them Merry Christmas. For other persons who may celebrate other holidays around this time, I wish them the best of those particular holidays of which they celebrate, and it's a time for family. The only message I have is for people to be safe, make sure that you think of others who may be less fortunate, think of family, and use it as a time to reconcile, a time to relax, a time to celebrate, and most of all, a time to love.
The Minister of Health, Kim Wilson, said, spread love and happiness.
Oh, well, I think it's an exciting time. We're all excited about Christmas. I'd hope that everybody has an enjoyable time, spending time with their family and friends. Remain safe. Don't overeat, of course. Don't indulge in things. But
Too much sugar.
No, not too much sugar, no. But I'm just hoping that everybody has a very peaceful and blessed Christmas, and 2019 is full of blessings and happiness.
OBA Member of Parliament Michael Dunkley said, Christmas is a time for family and helping others.
As the Christmas season rapidly approaches, I know everyone's excited about the holiday time, and you know, Christmas and New Year have very special meanings to each and every one of us. And you know, I personally look forward to spending some time with my family. You know, I have my daughter who lives overseas, works overseas, coming back here. I spend some time, you know, with my family in a busy schedule that I lead. It's very important for me. You know, there's a real strong meaning about Christmas that I think we all appreciate. And so it's good to be in the community with your family and friends and to circulate. And while we do that, because it gets very quiet over Christmas, where you can kick back and enjoy time with your family around the table or just out and about talking, playing games, doing things, getting away from the hectic life we live. We also need to appreciate that there are many people that struggle in Bermuda. And I want to send a big thank you to everyone who's tried to make Christmas just a little bit more comfortable for those who struggle. My brother and I have, for over 20 years, worked with needy, helping organizations in the community to try to put some food on the table and bring a smile to somebody's face. And this year, we will be doing the same thing again.
And I'm Mike Sharp with Bermuda Broadcasting News. Season's greetings.
Thanks, Michael. We'll have more for you after this short break, including your holiday weather forecast. We'll be right back.
Getting ready for Christmas is all about the finishing touches.
The icing on the cake. The table neatly set. Decorations specially placed. And gifts thoughtfully wrapped. All to share with those we love. In special moments as simple as this.
Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
Colonial, where people come first.
From the very beginning, it was always our singular focus to do whatever it takes, use every possible resource to fight cancer, and never lose sight of the patients we're fighting for. Our cancer treatment specialists share the same vision. Experts from all over the world working closely together to deliver truly personalized cancer care. And these are the specialists we're proud to call our own. Expert medicine works here. Learn more at cancercenter.com. Appointments available now.
Welcome back. Well, officials at the Ministry of Public Works say they are aware of an ongoing water outage in the area of Cedar Park and Mary Victoria Road and have dispatched a team to fix the problem. Wayne Keynes, who is acting Public Works Minister, said he has made fixing the situation his #1 priority, and his team will endeavor to have water back online as soon as possible. In other news, from time to time, debates in the House of Assembly get heated, and the Speaker of the House, Dennis Lister, has to calm things down. Mike Sharp has more on that in part 2 of an interview with the Speaker.
Over the years, off and on, politicians have talked about the Code of Conduct. One member of the OBA recently called for the Code of Conduct to bring about greater respect for women in the House of Assembly.
The Code of Conduct now addresses the conduct that we do in Parliament. Now, it's not something new. It's something that needs to be put in place, though. And I've spent my time here just assessing, making sure when we do introduce it, it covers a whole realm of issues that need to be put in place to make sure the conduct and the decorum that we want established in Parliament.
You said when we do introduce it.
Yeah, what's being done now is a full assessment of revising, make sure it's current with where we should be. rather than just drop something on the table and we're still short on the mark. My view is let's make sure we're up to the right level of benchmarks when we introduce it.
So when you came in, it was already on your desk?
When we came in, the assessment of a code of conduct is something that's been going on for a period of time now. And it was there, yes. My view is it still wasn't quite ready yet. So we're going through the process of revising the whole thing, making sure that when it comes to the table, it will fully meet the marks that we should.
Could you
keep in mind that everything is a revolving target, right? So
yes.
As time goes on, sure, they need to be updated and revised later on somewhere down the road.
Will the final revised code of conduct be in place in 2019?
It'll definitely be in 2019.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Okay. When will the House be televised?
Well, I came before there was radio, so it's all in progress, so to speak. I can remember we didn't have broadcasting of our sessions, and then the broadcasting on the air came, and hopefully, in some time in the future, you'll see broadcasting via television.
Sure.
The 400th anniversary of Parliament will be celebrated in 2020. And there's some updating that needs to be done to the physical plant of Parliament, and that's being looked at and assessed now with the target of us having it addressed and done in time for the anniversary of the 400th anniversary in 2020.
The Speaker's son, Dennis Lister III, is now in politics and rolling up his sleeves.
I have to be non-political, so
yes.
let me put that out there first. But yes, my son has grown up in politics. So it wasn't anything new that he was being exposed to in that regard. He's been around some of the best of us over the years in the West End. He's worked with everybody in the West End as part of teamwork that was going on there. So he just needed to fall into place and understand his role, what he has to do. Don't try and copy anybody else. Don't try and copy his daddy or any of his uncles or anybody that may have been there. Find what works for him, and I'm sure he'll find his balance.
And I'm Mike Sharp with Bermuda Broadcasting News.
With Christmas just hours away, many of you watching will already be indulging in your favorite Christmas foods and making plans to overhaul your diet and exercise routine in time for the new year. But is there a way to enjoy festive foods without going overboard and making harder to shed the pounds later? Our Trot sought out health coach Tanya Kowalski for some useful advice.
Happy, jolly, yummy time of the year.
The holidays in Bermuda. A time when we Bermudians indulge in cassava pie, ham, turkey, candy yams, among other festive foods. However, the holidays also mean weight gain for some of us and a struggle to lose the weight after the arrival of the new year.
So I feel like when the holidays are here...
Tanya Kowalski is a local health coach whose diet and exercise advice is regularly shown on social media. Her word of advice on dieting over the holiday period is to pay attention to your food portions.
Filling up on the good stuff first, so making sure that you're focused on the proteins and the vegetables first so that you're filling yourself with the good things, right? So focusing on, having the turkey, and it doesn't even matter if it's the dark meat turkey, maybe you just don't eat quite as much, right? But having lots of vegetables that are full of fiber to really fill you up so that you're not going in headed straight for the cake.
Should we be thinking about exercising, or should we hold off on the exercise until after the new year?
I love this question because I feel like if we want to show up as our best and feel our best during the holidays, that we need to keep moving. And it might not be the same exercise regime that we normally hold, but getting outside for a family walk, playing, getting together to play some kind of game that's active. I mean, even just doing charades or, getting the family together and doing things to just keep moving as opposed to just sitting around and eating and drinking all the time.
New Year's resolutions. We all make them, especially the pledge to exercise more or sign up to a gym in the new year. But are such resolutions necessarily a good thing?
I feel like they're a really good thing. I feel like a new year feels like a new start. However, waiting until New Year's to make changes can also lead to procrastination, and it can also, we hear everywhere how many New Year's resolutions fail. So it can also be an easy way to let ourselves off the hook.
Health experts also advise that you should budget wisely and avoid eating everything at feasts and parties. Be choosy and spend calories judiciously on foods you love. Distance helps the heart stay healthy. At a party, don't stand next to the food table. That makes it harder to mindlessly reach for food as you talk. If you know you are prone to recreational eating, pop a mint or a stick of gum so you won't keep reaching for the chips. And finally, be careful with the eggnog. A glass of eggnog can set you back 500 calories. Wine, beer, and mixed drinks range from 150 to 225 calories. Tarai Trott reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Turning to weather news, looks like we have a beautiful Christmas day in store. Let's go to AccuWeather headquarters for the details.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
Well, Merry Christmas Eve to you. We hope life is good for you here on ZBM on this Christmas Eve night. We're looking at a weather pattern that does keep us a little cool. Some clouds are around. Here's the satellite estimated rainfall. Not much to speak of. Can't rule out a stray sprinkle out there, but we will be in pretty good shape out there for the balance of the night. 69 degrees is where we stand here on this Christmas Eve. Jolly old St. Nick does not require snow cover to land his sleigh, so that's good news. Water temp is 67 degrees. On the inside, we have 1 to 3 foot waves. Outside, 4 to 6 footers. Things are a lot calmer than they were last week, but we still have some concerns for our marine friends and our boating friends. Humidity around 70%. And we do have a small craft warning in effect late this evening through Christmas morning. So, again, the waves are getting choppy enough that we do hit that threshold once again. They're not quite as large as last Wednesday and Thursday. High tide will be at 9:49, so the tide is coming up this Christmas Eve night, and then it heads back out. And then Christmas Day, we have another high tide at 10:16, a low tide in the late afternoon. So tonight, mostly cloudy, just a passing shower or two. And it will be breezy out there, lows around 62 degrees. Tomorrow, breezy for Christmas Day. Sunshine and clouds mixed will be in the upper 60s. Not bad out there. But here's Futurecast showing the bulk of the precipitation is far to the north. There will be a little bit of a boundary, a front that pushes through, and that will reorient the winds, more of a northerly wind, which is typically a cooler wind, and it produces quite a bit of cloud cover. Most of the clouds will be from around Bermuda to the north on Tuesday night into Wednesday. And when we look at that current condition setup down into the Caribbean, we have scattered showers into Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad. The trade winds are alive. The trade winds will become a little stronger next week for some in the eastern part of the Caribbean. No tropical threats, though, as this is the hurricane off-season. It's not impossible to see a hurricane in the off-season, but we don't expect to see anything anytime soon, that's for sure. That's good news, too. In Toronto, we're chilly, pretty chilly, typical Christmas weather into New York City and Boston. Atlanta's running cool, Miami 77, and in London, clouds 48 degrees. So a pretty seasonable for Christmas for most of the crowd to our west into North America and to the east into the British Isles. Our extended forecast, fairly dry, maybe a stray sprinkle tonight. We look okay. More clouds Tuesday evening. Fairly cloudy Wednesday. Clouds will decrease then into Thursday and Friday. We're going to warm up into Saturday, and there's a chance for some rain beyond the 5-day forecast, most likely at the end of the weekend. Merry Christmas. We will send it back to you.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
I was diagnosed with illness. Very frightening because my son had just turned 1 and it was a cancer. So I'm young, new baby, and I needed to get the care that I knew would be definitive so that I wanted to be around for him for a very long time. I got in contact with BF&M, and BF&M was able to commit at that time to doing at least 50%, so we were comfortable, okay, well, we're gonna go. We got off the plane, actually, the day of the procedure, and on my way to the limo, my case manager called and she says, Kiana, we got it, you're covered at 100%. And I cried all the way to the office because I was just so happy. The BF&M difference is that I really felt that the case manager really was concerned about my overall care, and because of that, I really appreciated them. I think that personal care, that willingness to listen, and then to work until they were able to get it so that I could get full coverage really made the difference for me.
The year-end clearance sale is now on at Bermuda Motors. Cargo ships bringing our 2019 models will be arriving soon. To make room, we're offering the lowest prices of the year on these models. Ford Figo, our hatchback with cutting-edge technology. Ford EcoSport, big on comfort, safety, and power. Toyota Avenza, the perfect balance of style and function. Toyota Prius C, our fuel-efficient 5-door hybrid. So hurry, prices are available until the end of the year or while our inventory lasts at Bermuda Motors.
Surface Trends has been serving Bermuda for over 25 years, supplying and installing tile and natural stone. We have a large in-stock selection of beautiful porcelain wood planking, including our exclusive Bermuda cedar tile. You will also find Bermuda's best in-stock selection of countertops, including natural granites, exotic quartzites, and silestone engineered quartz in all the newest colors. Our team will be happy to help you. Stop by our showroom at 17 Serpentine Road or give us a call at 295-8005.
It's the busiest time of the year for Santa and his elves up at the North Pole, but here in Bermuda, Santa's helpers are just as busy helping to prepare for New Year's Eve. So what's been the most popular toys and presents on children's wish list this year? We stopped by People's Pharmacy Toy Store to check in.
It's the first thought on every child's mind Christmas morning: presents. Santa's little helpers are putting the final touches before he makes his rounds tonight.
Very busy, especially now when you're coming down to like the last days. Everybody's still getting the odds and ends and your stocking stuffers.
Many little girls could be hoping to unwrap the LOL Surprise, the most popular toy for 2018. It's a glittery case filled with dozens of tiny dolls, accessories, and knickknacks. But classic toys like Barbie are still standing strong on the shelves.
Check it out.
Nerf guns have remained popular to young boys through the decades.
For boys, I would say anything sports or drones, headphones, Xbox cards, and the RC type remote control cars.
And it wouldn't be Christmas without Hot Wheels toy cars and, of course, Lego. Trends tend to come and go, but some familiar faces, they seem likely to stay, like the season's bestseller, Dancing Elmo.
He's been in everybody's childhood. I mean, and Elmo hasn't changed as a character. He's always been the same. I mean, it's always added on characters to the show, but Elmo just always stays the same.
No matter what Santa delivers on Christmas Eve, many would agree it's about the moments and memories of smiling faces that makes the holidays so special for boys and girls. So little ones, don't forget, Santa's expecting his late-night snack of milk and cookies left right next to the tree as a thank you for all his hard work in just one Christmas Eve night. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thanks, Jasmine. Well, still to come, Earl Basin will have all the latest sports news in just a few minutes.
At Argus, our interest is you. Each of you. Around here, we know that when two people seem the same, they can have very different insurance needs. For their health, home, work, and future. Which is why we take the time to get to know you as an individual, so we can provide insurance coverage that fits your life. Because after all, our interest is you.
I'm Tony Waterman. Coming up on The Breakdown this week, a quantum leap in technology, a look at why quantum computing could be the future. We talk to a doctor who's taking a fresh approach to fighting cancer, and the fully immersive future of theme parks. We're letting our imaginations run free with a roundup of the best from TEDx Bermuda. That's Thursday at 8 p.m. on ZBM TV 9.
Turning to sports, half of the Friendship and Shield finalists are known after the first two semifinals. Kamau Leverock's Stars on Loan and Kenny Lejour and Oliver Bechart win a junior golf tournament. Earl Basin has the details and so much more in tonight's sports report.
The Dandytown Hornets and the Southampton Rangers have booked their tickets to the Friendship and Shield finals that will take place on New Year's Day at the Somerset Cricket Club.
In the Friendship semi-final, the Dandytown Hornets claimed the first spot in the final following their 2-1 win over the Boulevard Blazers. The Dandytown Hornets, more so Kwame Steed, was gifted the lead in the 5th minute when a cross should have been cleared, but a defender decided to let the ball go, and it found an unmarked Steed at the back post, and he calmly placed the ball past advancing goalkeeper. The Dennytown Hornets would double their lead in the 38th minute when former Boulevard Blazers player Angelo Simmons scored. The Boulevard Blazers would, however, get themselves back into the match in injury time of the first half when Tekiai Walker converted from the penalty spot. The second 45 minutes resulted in no goals but plenty of spirited play between the teams. The Dennytown Hornets now await the second semi-final to determine who they will face off against on New Year's Day at the Somerset Cricket Club. In the Shield semi-final, the Southampton Rangers will look to defend the trophy they won on New Year's Day in 2018 at the Wellington Oval when they take to the field on New Year's Day 2019 at the Somerset Cricket Club. The Southampton Rangers looked to take control of the match early and did so when they scored in the 26th minute through a Cardell Henry goal. Both teams would battle hard in the midfield for the rest of the half, and Southampton Rangers would take that lead to the break. Somerset Eagles created a few chances in the second half, but the game was put away in the 90th minute when a cross was slammed home by Isaiah Taylor. Somerset Eagles goalkeeper Lorenzo Lambert did manage to get a hand to the ball, but he could not prevent it from going into the net. Kamal Lavrock was on loan from Walkerville Cricket Club as they allowed him to suit up for West Torrens. West Torrens would take on Woodville Cricket Club at the Hamley Oval in a 2020 match, which West Torrens won by 7 wickets in front of a good-sized crowd. Woodville Cricket Club won the toss and they went to bat and would score 144 for 8 in their allotted 20 overs. Lavrock proved difficult to handle, finishing with figures of 4 overs, 4 for 22. In reply, West Torrens would score 145 for 3. Dan Drew guided them to victory, scoring 64 not out. Lavrock went without scoring. Kenny LeJour was crowned the 2018 Bermuda Junior Golf Association Fecchio Cup champion, and Oliver Betchart is the Fecchio Cup Red Tee champion. Unfortunately, on Saturday, the weather was the headline, with the worst of the wind and rain coming right as the final round of the championship was due to commence, resulting in a cancellation of the final round. LeJour will finish with a 2-round score of 146. Spencer Young was second with a 2-round score of 155, and Adam Perry finished third with a 2-round score of 172. Betchart won the Red Tee Group division with a score of 49. The 2018 AXA Bermuda National Junior Squash Championships came to an end at the Bermuda Squash Rackets Association Club in Devonshire on Saturday. A total of 21 finals took place, with 2 finals needing 5 games to decide a winner. Summer Stevenson won the girls under-11 final, defeating Rose Paulus 11-6, 7-11, 12-10, 7-11, 11-9, while the boys under-11 Classic Plate final went 5 games as well, with Matthew Trope defeating Jack Fisher 11-5, 10-12, 6-11, 11-8, 11-6. Anaya Smith won the under-19 boys final in 4 games over Charlie Riker 11-6, 8-11, 11-9, 11-5. Riker would win the under-17 boys final over Matthew Elliott 11-8, 11-7, 11-5. Abigail Brewer won the under-17 girls final over Ariana Lothar 11-3, 11-4, 11-2. Rachel Bechard and Magnus Ringstead concluded competing in the Euromed Optimus Regatta in Malta. Ringstead was in the Go Fleet, and after 3 races on the final day and 11 in total, he had finished 28th overall with 213 net points. Ringstead on the final day had finishes of 18th, 38th, and his best finish of the regatta, 4th in the final race. Betchart was in the Silver Fleet and came off the water in 12th place with 244 net points. Betchart on the final day would record finishes of 33rd, 17th, and 11th. Rayshon Birch concluded competing in the Equestrian Center De Pelberg International Horse Jumping event in the Netherlands. Birch and Pellegrino 51 finished 51st, competing in the 1.30 meter Grand Prix with a jump-off class. They clocked a time of 73.72, but they had 13 penalty fault points. Bermuda Winter Olympic hopeful John LeJour was back in action, competing in the U.S. Selection Moguls Freestyle Skiing event hosted by the Mogul Skiing Academy. On day 2, LeJour, in a field of 55 competitors, finished 23rd with a score of 67.96 on his run.
I'm Earl Basden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Thanks, Earl. And a friendly reminder from the police tonight, if you plan to spend your Christmas Day tomorrow at Elbow Beach, as a number of people are expected to the annual festival event. This leads to multiple cars and cycles being parked illegally along South Road, causing major traffic delays and safety hazards. This year, officers will be on hand to help direct the flow of traffic. They're also asking the public not to block residents' driveways and entrances to businesses. And that's our newscast for tonight. I'm Diane Brewer. Thank you for sharing your Christmas Eve with us, everyone. Have a wonderful Christmas. Good night.